Hi everyone! To start today's look, we're going to use a toner on my face to control oil, and then taking my trusty liquid foundation, we're using a spray to wet our makeup sponge and then blend the foundation out on our face. Wetting the sponge will help give the makeup a dewy finish. So just dabbing all around the face, then using a concealer that has 3 different shades. I've taken the darkest one to put underneath my eyes and around my nose. Then I'm taking the darkest color and mixing it with the medium to help cover my blemishes, because my cheeks are slightly lighter than the skins I concealed before. Next, I'm taking this translucent fixing powder and gently dabbing the powder over the areas which I applied concealer. Only do this for the areas that you applied concealer, because we want this look to remain quite dewy and glowy. Now filling in my eyebrows with an eyebrow powder. Onto eyeshadow, starting with a translucent white eyeshadow, which I apply over the eye area. Now taking a flamenco pink. So this is a quite bright color. We want to apply it lightly onto the lid area. This color will still require more blending out later on, but it's very pretty. Now taking a deeper pink. This is like a peony pink. I'm applying that over the creases on my lid. Again, I only want to apply it lightly because it's so bright, and I will need to blend out all these colors so that they can smoothly transition into each other. Now working on the creases. So for my outer crease, I'm using a reddish brown color, which I drag over the outer 1/3 of my upper eyelid. I'm working in small strokes, dabbing the color on and then blending it ever so slightly on the outer 1/3 of my eyelid. Working in small strokes is the key before blending it in. So I blend the outside in more circular strokes and then sweep the blending brush over the eyelid so that the colors can smoothly transition into each other. And now this is blended versus unblended. You can see how it looks much more natural once it's blended, despite the colors being so bright. So always in that sweeping motion. And now we're using a kind of pearly white color to highlight the inner corners of the eyelid. I also want to highlight the bottom eyelid as well. So this goes 2/3 along the bottom eyelid, and use the deep reddish brown color for the outer 1/3. And just blend that in. Now we're using the blending brush and sweeping upwards. We want to sweep upwards because we want the colors to blend into the eyeshadow on the upper lid. So still small circular motions and then sweeping upwards. Now onto eyeliner. I really like this eyeliner because it's a kind of pink brown color, and the tip of the eyeliner is very precise. So I can work in very small strokes and shape the line as I go. I always start on the inner corner of the eyelid and work my way outwards, sticking as close to my waterline as possible and filling in those gaps between the eyelash and the waterline. When I'm near the end, I work in small strokes to make sure that I get the nice flick at the end. The flick needs to be nice and sharp to give a clean finish. Now we're using some glittery eyeshadow to put on the middle of our eyelid. Look how pretty this is. Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes with an eyelash curler before applying mascara. Today I'll also be using a Masacara, so a skinny mascara, on the bottom eyelashes. Now I'm contouring the sides of my nose and the hairline. For blush, I want a matte red color, which I'm going to dab onto my cheeks and then sweep outwards. So dab and then sweep. This will give a much more romantic, kind of dreamy look. For highlighter, I'm using a white and pink swirly highlighter, and I take more of the white color but have a hint of pink and highlight the bridge of my nose as well as the tip of my nose. Then my cheekbones and my brow bones and the top of my lip. This is a really pretty soft matte red color. So applying it on the bottom lip first before bopping and then blending it out with a cotton bud. And now it's all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this look.